Hey boys and girls, Squee913 here with a completely random Let's Play. I'm gonna let the opening intro play and then I'll talk about the game. But suffice to say, it's an older game, one of my favorites, and a classic. Bushido Blade 2. It's the old games, the classics that bring back the best memories. This game is a fighting game, but a very unique one in the sense that it's a sword fighting game that has no life bars. It is, I would say, kind of realistic in the sense that one hit can kill you if they hit you in the right spot, or if they hit you in the arm, you can't use your arm anymore. Those kind of things. And it's one of my favorite games. And I wanted to play it, and I'm going to just go through the story mode once for you guys, because, well, I have nothing better to do, really. And this is, like I said, one of my favorite games. It was on the PlayStation, it was made by Squaresoft, as you could see, and the general story is that you have two rival schools trying to kill each other. And like I said, there are no health bars, no nothing. Really? Can't they just play Monopoly and winner takes all? It would be a lot less violent. Okay, this game, the storyline is really cool, because what it is that you have the two different schools. You have the New Kagami, which is these three, and then you have the Shinto, which is these three. And depending on who you play, you have a very different story. Now, their stories on each side have the same general progression, but even each character has different opponents and different stories. So really, to get the entire story, you have to play every single character, and plus you'll notice all these locked characters this game came up with a really cool way to unlock characters, and the way that is that with every main character, all 6 main characters, 2 stages for each one of them will be played by one of the locked characters. In other words, you play one of the locked characters during one of those 2 stages, and if you survive that stage, then the character's unlocked. If the character dies, then he's not unlocked, or she's not unlocked. So I thought that was really, really cool way to unlock characters. We're going to be playing Tatsumi with the new Kagami, because he's one of my favorites. And each person, you can choose any variety of weapons. You have the Naginta, I'm sure I'm pronouncing that right, wrong. The broadsword, the katana, the nodachi, which is a very long katana, the longsword, and oh, you have the spear, the yari, but you can't use it if you're a new Kagami, and the Shinto can't use the naginata. However, we're going to be using the katana. And of course, each weapon has different strengths and weaknesses and moves, and each character has a weapon that they're better at, which means they'll have special moves depending on what weapon they use. And this one, Tatsumi's special weapon, or so to speak, is the katana. Alright, now, the way each level progresses is that you have several ninja you have to kill off, and then you face a boss. Except for this one, you just face ninja. And I'm going to back off a little bit so I can explain what's going on. You have vertical attacks and horizontal attacks, and that's pretty much it, but you use a combination of the two to make all sorts of moves. Also, you have different stances. You have the high stance, which has its own moves, the medium stance, and a low stance. I'm just going to stick with medium for now. And then you can run, you can jump. Jumping's a little complicated, but in any case, like I said before, as you see, there's no health bars. If you hit someone in the torso or the head, they probably will die unless it's a glancing blow, and then they'll just be injured. And when you're injured, you slow down. If your arm gets hit, you can only use one arm. In the first game, actually, if your legs were hit, you had to go down on a knee. They got rid of that for this game, but you do become slower. So, anyway. And we just killed each other. Well, that was fun. Good thing you can keep going. Alright, why don't we stick with the high pose this time? Now, these first ninjas, I was going to say these first ninjas aren't that hard, but obviously he did just kill me. That's a very fun part about this game, is that it can be very tense, because one hit can kill. And you have really fast fights, like that, and then towards the end of the game, when opponents get harder, you'll have fights that actually last a couple minutes as you're trying to get through each other's defenses. Oh yeah, you also get into these little battles where you can push them to the ground, and try and take advantage of it, which I did not. There we go. You'll also notice that this game might be a little slower pace than what you're used to for fighting games, but if you think about it, where one hit can kill you, you kind of have to slow it down a little bit. If it was blazing fast, then people would just die. You wouldn't have a chance to actually fight each other. So the game's pace is a little slower than most, but trust me, it doesn't take away from the gameplay itself. It actually makes it better. And when you get in later stages of the game, you'll have opponents who block so well that it looks like you guys are just flashing swords.
Destroy every kinsman in the Shinto clan. Nothing will change. We must obliterate them. I'll take care of it.
The Shinto has become careless because they believe we are lacking warriors. Now, the time is ripe to attack.
We all know that the Shinto headquarters is located on that island. It's clear then. I am the one who will go.
Okay. So the first level has no boss, it's just fighting ninjas. And the ninjas are usually pretty easy. They get a little more challenging towards the end of the game, but not much. Oh. Oh, the days when people didn't have blood, just red particles. There we go. Come on, come down here. Oh. Oh, that was close. Come up here. You know you wanna. You know you wanna come up. Come on. Yeah. Oh, caught you on the backswing. Alright, now we get to face our first boss.
Hongo! I didn't know you were a Shinto.
So we meet again. This time I'll win.
Okay, now those Yuris are very dangerous. They're one of the hardest weapons in the game to fight against because they have such length. But how do we deal with it? Oh, dual wield. Wow. I was going to impress people with the fact that he can wield two swords at once. Well, that's very typical Squee, I guess. But yes, this character and several others can fight with two swords, which is double the fun. Oh, see that? I took out his arm, which now it makes it harder for him to fight. And he took out my head, which also makes it harder to fight. I haven't played this game in like a year. Right, let's try this again. Oh, gotcha! Stabbed him in the kidney.
Just because we're low on forces doesn't mean the Narukagami are weak.
Heck no, you're not weak. He just killed you twice and you're still walking around.